left, point to mal, right, straight ahead, l'écran. Have enough of this ammo. I don't have enough of this ammo. better with that on.
Voilà. Bugas.
The documents on this desk look much more confidential than the previous ones. This place appears to be a government cell dedicated to recording underwater sound activity off the village. And this has been going on for a while. But I don't see what they're trying to find. They appear to be studying something at the bottom of the sea that is moving at precise coordinates. On April 17th, 1991, they recorded a signal which they define as organic. The signal was recorded on a cassette to be sent urgently to the DGSE because this would jeopardize the military security of the country. But one of the lighthouse maintenance staff apparently stole the tape. They quickly managed to identify him and where he lives. Wait, this is my house. Ahead, Boisseau left, Saint-Exil's church. It won't open from this side. Completely locked. The access is condemned at the top. Now that the town's current is better, I can access the house's attic again. It looks like some of Pierre's homemade music for me. I thought it was lost since the moving in. I love that music.
Tu m'avais manqué.
One, two. 1, 2. That works? Okay. Damn machine. I'm finally starting to understand what's going on here with the electricity. A priori, everything revolves around the lighthouse. I consulted many old newspapers, and the village gazette told me that Saint-Exil was very poorly served by electricity and regularly suffered severe power cuts. I knew that it was a very isolated village, which is what makes it so charming, but I hadn't thought of that. Half of the articles in the Gazette are devoted to the inhabitants who, tired of the cuts, ended up installing small wind turbines for their homes. The other half is about the lighthouse, and that's
nothing.
Where it gets interesting. I read that the mayor of the village had installed underwater turbines connected to the building, which are capable of producing electricity thanks to the movement of the sea. This has enabled the village to gain autonomy and to overcome the failures of the general electrical network. Anyway, I think it would be worth going to take a look at the lighthouse, because if the turbine system is damaged, it could explain why some electrical equipment is out of order while others are still working. I'll tell you what I found.
Honey, I finally finished my restoration project for this arcade machine. And I've got a challenge for you. I know you love a good one, so try to beat my best score. You will win something I'm sure will bring back good memories. Here. I'm sure I know what it is. I could attach it to my gun. Damn it. Yes, take that, Pierre. Oh, I heard a sound behind the arcade.
Damn. You always know how to surprise me.
Tu es mon seul ami.
Completely locked. I could attach this laser to my gun, see if that makes me more precise. I almost never set foot in here. There's gotta be something. Nothing. Wow, a projector. I thought I would forget its existence with my school years. What is it doing down here?
Fais mal le style.
What? What is that? I can't believe all this was under the house. What was he doing here? Let's shed some light on this.
If you're listening to this, you are probably the person sent by the office to continue my investigation. Well, at least I hope. My name is Matthew Banks, and I started this work about a year ago. As stated in my previous reports, I infiltrated the lighthouse last month, but they just found out that a tape was missing, and I think they're on to me now. I used to borrow tapes during the night, but this time they noticed before I could bring them back. I didn't have time to use the new filtering machine, but I left a tape inside it. I hope it's safe there with you. Since I have to leave, I prepared the way for you, and I have regrouped all of my ongoing work onto 3 different boards, each including a guiding tape. The first one gathers my studies on the audio signal coming from the oceanic floor, which was the reason our interest was piqued by Saint-Exil in the first place. The second board will give you more details on the local cult, whose believers call themselves the Devoted. The third board is about Operation White Medusa, which is probably why you're here now. We are now definitely forced to recognize that the village of Saint-Exil is the center of great political and scientific interest, as we first suspected. I hate to leave like this, but I'm afraid my time has come. During the last 2 weeks, the lighthouse had trouble acquiring new information from ashore. Apparently some kind of technology has been jamming their signal. Is there some kind of expert trying to hack the operation? I'll leave it to you to find out.
Passports? Money from different countries? This man was not your usual anybody. Oh. And there's also boat tickets to leave for Plymouth, England. He was planning on leaving. Just wasn't sure when. What is this folder? Your next objective. I'll study that during the night. A bit of reading always helps.
In many areas, the life in Saint-Exil has deteriorated sharply in recent years. Local studies tend to show that nature has adopted an abnormal behavior, Some species started proliferating more than before, while others suffered the opposite effect. Some animals became aggressive towards humans, and some bird species completely migrated and left the region for good. We've also seen a lot of upheaval in the behavior of inhabitants of the village and their health. Ultimately, it led to many people leaving, which left only the ones who didn't have a choice. A real change is taking place, and no one seems to understand where it's coming from. Additionally, these extraordinary happenings have been rumored in the region, which isn't improving the situation. The village has become a place of attraction for people bathed in pseudosciences, esoteric and the occult, to say the least. They now see this place as a central home to their mythology. One movement eventually took over the others and established itself as the popular cult, the Devoted. They managed to obtain this importance by being omnipresent in their protests. They vandalized sites in large areas surrounding the village, which made the local press very keen on showcasing them, and ultimately helped a great deal in converting more people to their cause. According to my research, it is governed by a certain Aurora K. I couldn't find a lot of information regarding her, but managed to steal some pictures by following her after a public meeting with the population. She built her movement on the belief in the existence of an abysmal entity which would sow its harmful influence over the region and towards the inhabitants of Saint-Exil. To calm this underwater entity, they tirelessly seek the culprits for this curse. They unearth and send ashore on deteriorating ships coffins containing the bodies of people who have always lived here. If the boat returns and runs aground on the coast, the person and their family are pardoned. I haven't seen it yet, but it looks like they've shifted into high gear by sending people who are still alive to sea. These are just rumors, and people who go missing may have simply decided to leave the area. They never communicated their plans with me regarding the future of their protest, and I'm not sure where they'll meet yet. My theory is that they'll probably regroup either near the White Manor or the local church.
We're
A submarine? In danger? What was the lighthouse doing? Wait, isn't it exactly the same gem I have attached on my bracelet? Where did he find it? He was apparently willing to ship it to be analyzed?
Moi je t'aime. Beau gosse.
His voice still echoes in my head. I need to know more. Let's find that antenna on the village beach.